So let's look at three stocks today. We'll look at some charts and maybe some other information about them and decide what to do. So the first stock is Zillow Group. You know, the stock where that website that you're looking for houses on and see how much your friends spent on their house and how much your house is worth. So this is a daily chart of Zillow. And you can see today, February 27th, um, it looks like the stock is moving higher. There was some volume at the 53 or so level, and now it's at 54.65. So it found some support there. You could see it hit a high of 61 um, about a week or so ago on February 13th. Then it came down from there. That was on high volume. It came down from there. It might have been, that was earnings. Um, and now it, it found support, and now it looks like it's on an upturn here. And you could see the MACD is turning up, and so is TTM. So could be a low risk entry. Now, here's another piece of information. If you look at the options flow, I use black box stocks. Um, there was a lot of call buying, like millions and millions. Here's one for over $5 million in the May 17th $60 call. And if you analyze the flow, you'll see that the contract price is rising. It's all coming in at about the same time, and this is well over $6 million of flow. So someone's making a big bet in calls that Zillow is going to move higher, at least till $60 by May. So you might have time to get in. It looks like this could be a good opportunity. If we just go out to the weekly chart, you can see that the stock was sort of basing here. And it has some resistance up here around $62. So right now it's at 54, so you've got a good 7 points if you get in now. And you could have a stop in at around, say, $52, $52, $51. Now, also, home buying season is going to start gearing up in the spring, which is obviously a good time for Zillow. People are using that, and the home market is still strong, and as the Fed lowers interest rates, it's just going to get stronger. So the fundamental case is pretty good for Zillow. Of course, if the market takes a plunge, Zillow's going to go down also, along with the other tech stocks, because in essence, I think it is treated like a tech stock. But that's the chart on Zillow. So if you wanted to dip your feet in and take a small position here and see what happens. If it makes it above, say, 56, then 56, 57, then that might be a chance to go in heavier. Now the next stock that we want to look at is LYFT. LYFT had earnings on the 15th of February, and it spiked all the way up to 1943. It's come down since, but now, this is a daily, it looks like it's making its way back up. Now this could be, again, this is a anchored VWAP, and you see it's moving its way back up. We can also just go out to the weekly chart on LYFT and you'll see that the stock has basically been basing for months, not doing anything, and now it looks like it's breaking out. If it can get through here back to the high of the 15th, 1943, it could have a ways to go fill this gap all the way to 33. So this could be a low risk entry point with a stop at, say, if you want to have a tight stop, that would be $15. So you'd just be risking under 2 points. You want to give it some more room, you could go down to $13, $14. You could play Uber, which hit a high of 80, 81, 86, and that could be going higher also, but LYFT is a much cheaper price, and probably you're gonna know if you're wrong pretty quickly, and I think it's a lower risk and has a lot more upside. I mean, Uber's already made a pretty big run all the way from 40. It's doubled. So LYFT still has a ways to go. So that might be the better risk reward. So LYFT. And the last stock is Wayfair. W. Now, Wayfair is running into some resistance here at 56. But if it can get through here and the MACD's turning up, it's consolidating here. If it can make it through here, then this stock can move. I mean, it can move to easily to 61 and then 70. So let's just go out to the weekly, and you could see another example of a stock that's been basically basing in a range of, well, it's a pretty big range here. It reached a high of 88 and a low of 37. So this stock has a lot of room to run in either direction. So you want to keep a tight watch, but it is consolidating here. So if you wanted to take a bet on retail and on the consumer, then it looks like this stock is turning up here. So you can take a shot and have a stop at, say, 53. So these are 3 stocks that you could play, and I'm not giving any advice or anything. You have to do your own research, make your own decision, and make sure you position appropriately based on your risk level and how much you can lose. So good luck.